Hi everyone and welcome to today's 40-minute maths. Lovely speaking to some pupils and some parents earlier and hearing that they were getting on well with the videos. So yeah, that was great. We're going to continue with our theme of music-based starters this week. And we're going to go right back to the 1998 Football World Cup before you were all born, of course, unless there's any parents watching. It was the World Cup when England were knocked out by Argentina, and David Beckham was famously got sent off in the knockout stages, and England were knocked out by Argentina on penalties. Anyway, I digress. There was a song that was released called Vindaloo by Fat Les, and I heard this on the radio the other day, and it gave me an idea for a starter. So I'm going to play you part of that song, and every time you hear the word Vindaloo, you've got to add on a certain amount, and I'm going to go through the different challenges that you can do. Okay, so here's the challenge. You start at the number 5. Everyone starts at the number 5. And every time you hear the word Vindaloo, if you do the bronze challenge, you have to add 1, silver challenge, add 2, or the gold challenge, add 3. So if I started at 5 and I was doing the silver challenge and I heard the word Vindaloo in a song, I'd have to add 2. Now, I would advise you to say the number as you add it, okay, out loud, because that will help you remember. Now, with the song, there is some times where it's sung a little bit in the background, so you've got to listen really, really carefully to every single time the word is said and add it on. Here we go.
Me mum and me dad and me gran went off to Waterloo. Me and me mum and me dad and me gran in a bucket of Vindaloo. Bucket Vindaloo, 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 na na. Vindaloo, 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 na na. Vindaloo.
Okay, so if you did the bronze award, you hopefully should have ended up at 35. For the silver award, 65, and for the gold award, 95. Okay, so your learning intention for today is, can I solve problems related to Easter? And of course, there is the best in the business bonus questions to finish off with. Anyway, so I caught up with the Easter Bunny earlier, and he gave me some helpful hints to complete today's maths. So the first thing he said you need to be able to do is to be able to multiply numbers together, big numbers together. So I'm going to show you how to multiply a 2-digit by a 3-digit number. So you have to do the ones by the ones by the tens, and then ones by the hundreds. And then you do the tens by the ones, tens by tens, tens by hundreds. So we're going to start off with this first line of numbers here. So 3 times 6 makes 18. I like to put my little one there. 3 times 5 is 15. Add the 1 makes 16. It's really slow today, my computer. I'm going to put 1 there. And 3 times 4 makes 12. Add the 1 makes 13. Okay, so next we put a 0 here because we're not actually multiplying by 6, we're actually multiplying by 60. So 6 times 6 makes 36. And put the 6 and carry the 3. 6 times 5 is 30. And add the 3 is 33. Cross that out so I know I've added it. And then 6 times 4 is 24. And add the 3 is 27. Okay, gonna cross that out now. So 8 add 0 makes 8. 6 add 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. And then the 2, there's nothing to add to. Oh, dodgy 2. Cross that out. So 28,728, and I can always count back and put my comma in to make it easier to read. So the Easter Bunny also came to me and said that to solve today's maths problems, you're going to need to know how to find the mean. So finding the mean is finding the average of something. So to find the mean, you have to add all the numbers up together and then divide by the amount of numbers that you've added up. So your first job is you've got to add all the numbers together. So you can see there, 7 add 3 add 9 add 1 makes 20. You've got a couple of nice number bonds there, nice easy to add up to. And then because there's 4 numbers, you would have to do 20 divided by 4, which would make 5. So the mean of those 4 numbers is 5. Okay, so question number 1. Andy buys an egg for £4.05 and a chocolate bunny for £2.60. How much does he spend altogether? Usual drill, pause at this point if you want to crack it on your own. If not, I'll go through it. So we have to add £4.05 and £2.60. Nice little column addition. 5 plus 0 makes 5. 0 plus 6 makes 6. Don't forget your decimal point. And 4 plus 2 makes 6. And I'm going to put a pound sign in altogether. If I was going to answer this as a word problem, I'd write Andy spent £6.65 altogether. Sorry about the dodgy 6. It's quite hard to write on my computer today. Next question. Sarah has a green piece of ribbon she is using to decorate 3 chocolate eggs. The ribbon is 93 centimetres long. How long is each piece? So you'd have to divide 93 by 3. You could use a bus stop for this. If you're not too sure about how to use the bus stop method, look at one of my previous videos. 93 divided by 3 equals 31 centimetres. If I was going to answer a word problem, I'd write each piece is 31 centimetres long. Okay, next question. Fred is making chocolate nest cakes using a packet of cake mix. For every 100 grams of cake mix he uses 2 eggs and 30 millilitres of water. He uses 400 grams of cake mix. How many eggs and how much water does he need? So press pause if you want to crack it on your own. If not, hopefully you've worked out that 100 times 4 is 400. So he uses 4 times as much cake mix, therefore he needs 4 times as many eggs and 4 times as much water. So 30 millilitres times 4 is 120 millilitres, and 2 times 4 equals 8, so he needs 8 eggs. Next question is, Easter bulbs are sold in bunches of 18. They sold 5,778 bulbs. How many bunches did they sell? So Press pause if you want to do it on your own. If not, I'll go through it. So hopefully you've worked out it's a division, and you need to do 5,778 divided by 18. So I'd use the bus stop method. I'm not going to go through that all now. You have a look at my previous video if you know how to do that. But 5,778 divided by 18 equals 321. Okay, in 1 year, 67,987,321 Easter eggs were sold. Round this to the nearest 10,000, 100,000 and million. Again, if you've forgotten how to do rounding, I suggest you go back and look at the 40-minute maths rounding one and refresh your memory before you try and crack this. But if we're going to do it first of all to the nearest 10,000. So let's have a look at this. So the 10,000s column has got an 8 in it, and the number afterwards is a 5 or above. So we're going to round that up to 67,990,000. The hundreds of thousand column is a 9, and the one after it is an 8. So again, we're going to round it up. Now, if you remember, because the 9 can't go any higher, we've got to go into our millions column. So that would make 68 million. And for this one, our millions, the one after is a 9. So you're going to round it up to 68 million. And again, so that will be the same answer as the one before it. Okay, mini Easter egg bunnies are sold in packs of 12, 15 and 18. 654 packets of 12 are sold, 982 packets of 15 are sold, and 2,364 packets of 18 are sold. How many mini Easter egg bunnies are sold all together? So there's a couple of different ways you could do this, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to multiply 654 by 12, because that's how many the packets of 12, there's 654 of them. I'm going to multiply 982 by 15 and 2,364 by 18. Then I'm going to use a column addition to add them all together to make 65,130 bunnies. Okay, next question. The Easter Bunny has a team of 32 helpers. Each helper makes 13 eggs every day and works 6 days a week. How many eggs do they make in 1 week? So press pause if you want to do it on your own. If not, you should have worked out that you do 32 times 13 to work out how many eggs are made in 1 day. And you have to multiply that by 6 because they work 6 days in 1 week, which makes 2,496 Easter eggs. Okay, Sarah's Easter cake is 550 grams and she eats 80% of it. Mike's Easter cake is 600 grams and he eats 3/4 of it. What's the difference in the amount they ate? So again, if you've forgotten how to do percentages, I suggest you go back and watch one of my 40-minute maths percentages lessons to help you recall it. If you want to crack on your own, then press pause. If not, I'm going to go through it now. So 80% of 550 is 440 grams. And 3/4 of 600 is 450 grams. Therefore, it is a 10 gram difference in the amount they ate. Next question. Here's the results for the first 3 heats for an Easter egg and spoon race. Calculate the mean time for each team for the first 3 heats. If you've forgotten how to find the mean, then I suggest you go back to the start of the video and watch the Easter Bunny's top tips or the Easter Bunny's helping hints to refresh your memory. If not, press pause now and crack on with it. Okay, so I'm going to go through it. So if you remember, to find the mean, you add all the numbers together, then divide them by the amount of numbers. So you'd add, for the egg team, you'd add 43, add 35, add 45, and then divide it by 3. So you should have worked out that the eggs team's mean time was 41 seconds. The chicken team's mean time was 44 seconds. And the bunny's team mean time was 43 seconds. Okay, Steve is making Easter cupcakes. To make 12 cupcakes, 240 grams of sugar is needed. How much sugar is needed to make 6 cupcakes, 24 cupcakes, 9 cupcakes, and 20 cupcakes? So press pause if you want to crack it on your own. If not, I'm going to go through it. So to make 6 cupcakes, he would need half the amount of sugar. So he would need 120 20 grams of sugar. To make 24 cupcakes, he would need double the amount of sugar. So he'd need 480 grams of sugar. 9 cupcakes. Well, if for 6 cupcakes he needs 120 grams, then half of 6 is 3, which would make 60 grams. So 6 add 3 makes 9. 9 cupcakes, he would need 180 grams. 20 cupcakes. So I would divide it and work out how much he would need for 2 cupcakes. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. 240 divided by 6 is 40, I believe. And then 40 times 10 is 400, because 2 times 10 is 20, so we've got to multiply it by 10 to make 400 grams of sugar. Okay, here's your best in the business bonus questions. So press pause if you want to crack this on your own. If not, I'm going to show the answers now. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to read these out to you in case you can't see the screen that well. So for 6 buns, he needs 80 grams of sultanas, 2 eggs, 220 grams of flour, and 145 grams of sugar. For 12 buns, he needs 160 grams of sultanas, 4 eggs, 440 grams of flour, and 290 grams of sugar. For 60 buns, he needs 800 grams of sultanas, 20 eggs, 2.2 kilograms of flour, or 2,200 grams, same thing, and 1.45 kilos of sugar, or 1,450 grams of sugar. For 90 buns, 1.2 kilograms of sultanas, or 1,200 grams, 30 eggs, 3.3 kilos, or 3,300 grams, and 2.175 kilograms, or 2,175 grams. Okay, last question then for today. Easter eggs cost 29p for a small egg and 32p for a medium egg. If I have £3.40 in total, can I spend all my money on eggs? And if you look at that all, that is in bold. Okay, so if you want to crack it on your own, press pause. If not, I'm going to show you the answer. So the money, when I say all, it's got to fit in with no change at all. So hopefully you've worked out that yes, you can. If you buy 4 small eggs, that should say, and 7 large eggs, it adds up to £3.40, because 4 times 29p is £1.16, 7 times 32p equals £2.24. Add them together to make £3.40. Okay everyone, so I hope you got on all right with all the Easter challenges today. All that's left for me to say is a very happy Easter from me. Mrs. Redjeb would like to pass on a happy Easter to the 6G class. She says she misses you all. Of course, Mrs. Gallup spoke to a lot of you and she wishes everybody happy Easter. So happy Easter to my class, happy Easter to everyone else from Lowbrook, happy Easter to everybody from Holy Trinity. I hope you all have a good break and a restful Easter and get some nice eggs. I'm sure you will. My next video will be the Sunday before you would come back to school, which will be 2 weeks Sunday, ready for you to have some maths work on the Monday. So take care of yourselves, be good for your parents, and I'll catch you then.